it for you.
Or if they get to 9 and 7, and we follow through on 9 and 7, it's just not good enough.
Yeah.
Where do you think that report came from that Lockenfor had? Because I'm 100% convinced it's true. He's not that kind of reporter.
Oh, no.
The source has to be lying for that to be, not true. So I'm curious. I wonder where it came from, because I find that came from something legitimate. And now if you're Patricia, you've got an agent. I'd be sniffing around trying to find out where that came from.
I agree. I have no idea. I mean, is somebody else in the family talking? I have no idea.
But should he be shocked? I mean, should he be upset?
No.
No. I mean, this is the NFL, right? You're 3-1. I'm sorry, you're 1-3, and you're in your third year. Everybody's talking about your defense. You're a defensive specialist. For them to say, hey, if you don't win at Jacksonville, you're not coming back.
Right, if the Mustangs or James Robinson chew you up,
I don't think that's a surprise.
you should
Right.
be.
So his feelings shouldn't be hurt.
No, but I think what Tom's saying is that the fact that it's coming from inside the organization.
Well, we don't know that for sure. All I got to say is that a reputable reporter who doesn't throw everything out there that he hears, a well-sourced reporter had this early Sunday morning game day. And where the heck did that come from? And if I'm Matt Patricia, I'm trying to find that out.
I don't think he needs to worry about that right now.
He doesn't. I mean, and again, I go back to, should it surprise him? No. You
No,
don't
I
know
don't
that
think
those
it does.
conversations are happening.
He knows. I mean, I felt like he was cracking when he made the Malcolm Butler comment. He's feeling the heat, so he has to go back and grab that historic moment in Super Bowl history, but he threw his offensive coordinator indirectly under the bus when he said it.
It's classic. Classic. It's not as bad as I believe in the invisible about Marinelli's.
The sad thing is with Patricia is that I actually like him. He's one of the better guys. One of the guys that's actually, I do believe he's pretty smart. I thought Schwartz was smart too, but he did a lot of foolish things and shot himself in the foot. And guess what? Jim Schwartz got fired for a 7-9 season.
Yeah, Jim Schwartz, things keep up in Philadelphia. He won't be back as defensive coordinator. He'll be available, yes. He'll be available to be the Lions' new defensive coordinator.
And then the thing with Quinn is that anybody who thinks Quinn should be a part of this, he had an opportunity to hire Mike Vrabel and he hired Matt Patricia.
So here's a question then. Let's just say, let's play the what-if game real quick.
Yeah.
If the Lions end up going 9 and 7, and we end up hearing that Matt Patricia has done enough to be back, would you be okay with him coming back with the new GM?
Do they make the playoffs in 97 or just 9 and 7?
They say they make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And you're okay with him coming back with the new GM?
Yeah, but that would never happen because then they'd say, well, the GM provided the players for you to make the playoffs, so they're not going to fire one without. They're not going to.
To me, that would be a statement by Sheila.
Oh yeah, it would be. But if they're only going to fire one, it's going to be the coach. You would think.
You would think, because whoever comes in as the next GM wants his guy.
Exactly. All right.
I don't think you want a head coach to remain when a GM is removed and replaced, because the Jets and Texans have tried that recently. Well,
I mean, I'm surprised.
Fired their GM.
I'm surprised we
then
haven't.
fired the coach.
I'm surprised we haven't had an Adam Gase firing yet. They may say the same thing we are. Let's just lose out and get Trevor.
they may not win a game, man. I really believe that. They're horrible.
They traded one of their best players too, allegedly. Steve McClendon, the nose tackle, to Tampa because what's his face on Tampa got hurt.
Right. Yes. And
what's his name? In Washington. Double V.
Yeah. Vitae? No.
Vita Vea.
Vita Vea. Yes. He got hurt, so they got Steve McClendon. All right, 97.
97.1 The Ticket.
Sponsored by the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. Watching here in Monroe County, southbound I-75 at Otter Creek Road, a single-lane closure there until 3. Also here along northbound I-75 at Holly Road, right shoulder and ramps closed periodically until 3. Also, along north and southbound in 10 between Mount Vernon and 10 Mile. 2 left lanes are closed. That's going to be through Friday, and northbound 275 at Plymouth Road. Work on that right shoulder as well. I'm Tracy McCusker with traffic.
pharmacists are educated in traditional medicine and alternative remedies. So you not only get a flu shot, you also learn how to support your immune system. And rest assured, you're doing your best to protect your health and wellness. Get your flu shot and boost your immune system at Rite Aid today. No cost with most insurance, no appointment needed.
Vaccine specifiers and state restrictions apply in some states. See pharmacist for details.
No matter how early you're up or how late you're running, when you start your day at Speedway, we've got what you need to have a good morning. Safe one. Always fresh coffee to wake you up, cold drinks and snacks to keep you going, plus a full tank to get you where you need to go. So however you start your day, we'll help make your morning a safe one and a good one. Because when you get off to a better start, you go on to a better day. The convenience stores of Speedway. Now get any 2 Starbucks drinks or Monster Javas for just $5.
As we continue to face COVID-19, we're now facing flu season. So to protect us all, let's hit this virus head on. Get your flu vaccine. Learn more at michigan.gov/flu. A message from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services.
This Radio.com Sports Minute is brought to you by Taylor Chevrolet.
Boomer Esiason with the Radio.com Sports Minute. Are you ready for another COVID-19 created Monday night doubleheader? There's never enough football if you ask me. Festivities start with Kansas City at Buffalo at 5 Eastern. 2 weeks ago, Bill Belichick revealed the defensive game plan for slowing down Patrick Mahomes and the Super Chiefs. The Raiders executed it last Sunday in tagging Andy Reid's team with its first loss. Now the question is, can the Bills execute it? The Chiefs are going to get everyone's best game. This will be a great test for Josh Allen, and we'll see where his growth curve is. The Bills are seeking a rebound from a Tuesday night thrashing at Tennessee. As a result, Allen, knowing Mahomes is on the opposite sideline, may feel like he has to do it all. Without the boisterous Bills Mafia in the stands, the Chiefs should be too much to handle. I'll take Kansas City by a touchdown, 31-24. Enjoy the game, everyone. I'm Boomer Esiason.
Cold and flu season's here. It's time to make sure your family is stocked up on the products you'll need if somebody gets sick. Pick up the new Vicks DayQuil and NyQuil Severe, honey, cold, and flu medicines during your next grocery trip. DayQuil and NyQuil Severe Honey are max-strength medicine with a great-tasting honey flavor, also available for sale at online retailers. DayQuil NyQuil Severe Honey provides max-strength cold and flu symptom relief for your worst cold and flu symptoms and a soothing honey flavor. Use as directed. Ready for an oil change? Medical Parts has everything you need. Professional parts people can suggest the best products for your car and budget. 5 parts of Valvoline conventional motor oil and the Medical Part filter. Everyday low price is $26.99.
number hangs around his neck, and so the players, they're suddenly going to turn it on.
I don't think they are going to turn it on, and I don't think he's played very well this year. And I think we're all going to have your wish that there will be a new administration here for next year. I mean, look. Basically, we started the show just talking about what happened yesterday, and I'm looking, and we've decided that we're going to look at the Lions like a normal football team. We'll evaluate them week to week. And yesterday, for the most part, they played pretty well. Granted, it was a crappy team. And then we'll see what happens the following week. Speaking of these, Edwards, I really appreciate the call, long-term relationship. But to build platitudes and what ifs and all that stuff, it becomes tiring.
Well, and here's the thing, is we started the show by just talking about the things that they did better against a bad team.
Yes.
That's the premise, all right? Now we want to see, can they do it against a team on the road that might be just a little bit better, but not a great team.
Right.
It's steps.
Yeah.
And there's a long time, and a lot is going to happen between now and Thanksgiving.
Yes, indeed.
Between now and the end of the season.
John, just quick. I think what you're saying is, okay, pre-bye, you wouldn't think they would beat the Falcons because they have a, kind of dangerous offense. Post-bye, you're like, well, let's see if it's better. I think that's all you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And let's face it, Todd Gurley is not the same Todd Gurley been here 2 years ago. He is better than we saw this past week. There's no question about that, but he's not the Todd Gurley of 2 years ago. So if they shut him down, I think yesterday he had 45 yards, 50 yards, in the win, and Matt Ryan was 30 of 40. I don't remember how many yards, but he had 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. So if they do it against Atlanta, again, step in the right direction is all I'm saying.
I mean, people are taking one thing and trying to go completely off the board. All right. On tomorrow's program, we'll be joined for the first time this football season by Jim Harbaugh. Big Ten football starting on Saturday. Also, the NBA draft is about a month away. Rashad Phillips, former U of D star, who is turning into maybe the next Dan Orlovsky on Twitter and media stuff. So he's going to break down a little bit of some of the NBA draft for us. Speaking of Michigan football, Karsh and Anderson, Mets Doug is here. Hi, Gator at home. What's happening? I got to say, Gator, how many years have we been doing the show? You almost know it down to the day. You give me close.
We started in 07, so we're in our, it's going to be 14 years in January.
14 years. Have you two done 14 shows together?
Yeah, we've done 14 shows.
Has it been official for 14 shows? No. Okay. Gator, how many times have you and I been mentioned on national television? I can tell you right now, this is a quick way to build animosity between the shows. I really am offended that Jansen steps in here, and the next thing you know, you got Brock here on national television. I was on with Stoney and Jansen in Detroit last week. Hey, we also did our job. We told him not to mention Kershaw Stafford. He said he would make sure. That's funny. Yeah, look at you. But how about these a-holes coming in here getting national love, Gator? Honestly,
I'm not thrilled about it. I'm there watching yesterday.
He's perfectly good mood, right? Perfectly good mood. And then all comes Brock here and dropping the you can play that for him. I don't need to hear him get up. The biggest thing is I missed it live. I think on the website for him because
Lions, who emerged from the bye week with a solid 34-16 win over the Jacksonville Jaguars yesterday in Jacksonville. DeAndre Swift provided the power for Detroit's offensive attack yesterday as he would run for 116 yards and 2 touchdowns. Next up for the Lions, they'll face the 1-5 Falcons on Sunday in Atlanta. The Falcons picked up their first win of the season yesterday, going on the road and blowing out the Minnesota Vikings 40-23. Other finals of interest from Sunday: San Francisco beats the LA Rams 24-16. Tampa Bay crushes Green Bay 38-10. Chicago dumps Carolina 23-16. By the way, get that victory, the Bears at 5-1 are the new leaders in the NFC North. The Los Angeles Dodgers advanced to the World Series thanks to a 4-3 win over the Atlanta Braves. Last night's Game 7 of the National League Championship Series. Dodgers shortstop Corey Seager was named the MVP of the NLCS, hitting .310, 4 home runs and 11 RBIs in that 7-game series against Atlanta.
Obviously, it wasn't just me though. You know, that was a complete team effort right there. We won through 28, went out there and just absolutely grinded through that series. You know, that was even a really fun Game 7 right there. That was a test every single night. And, you know, we were up for it. We're up for the next step too.
Despite not playing, Michigan moves up from number 19 to number 18 in the latest AP Top 25 college football poll, which was released yesterday. There are 4 other Big Ten teams besides the Wolverines in this week's rankings. Ohio State at number 5, Penn State at number 8, Wisconsin at number 14, and Minnesota, Michigan's opponent for their season opener Saturday night. They check in at number 21. From the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Tony Ortiz. For more, stay tuned to 97.1 The Ticket and radio.com.
Doug Kosh, when the balls will check. Who checked the balls? Let's get it all out now.
I'm Gator Anderson.
Oh, yeah. Rankings normally, right?
On 97.1 The Ticket.
All right, Carson Anderson here on a Monday following the Lions win. Thanks for being with us. And Gator, how are you? Did we lose Gator? We lost Gator. So off to a great start on this Monday. Well, I'll just say I'm doing okay. Following the... No, I don't want Stoney and Jansen to stick around. I want Stoney and Jansen to get the hell out of the studio. National love. They haven't even done 14 shows together, and they're already getting talked about. And Jansen's ego is just going to get out of control. This guy. Oh, it's so easy. Just walk in and get national love.
We got Gator back. I think he was pooping.
Do we? Gator, how did everything come out all right?
Yeah, no, I was grabbing a drink of water. And they go together. To do it, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, sure you were grabbing a drink of water.
Listen, I would let you know if I was dropping dirty. It wasn't good.
Uncensored.
Yes.
What you say?
How was your weekend?
It was all right.
Yeah. Well, I know how it's going.
No, it was fun.
Yeah.
Saturday night we sat at outside of a friend's house. Just kind of hung around a bonfire.
Yep.
Not a bonfire. It was a fire pit, you know. So that was cool for a couple hours just to get outside, to see people I haven't seen in a while.
Sure.
That was really about the extent of my my weekend. Other than watching football, and more football.
It was a good weekend of football. The college games were pretty good. I thought the NFL was great yesterday with a lot to talk about. And look, our team here in Detroit did something that doesn't happen in the NFL that much. They really pounded somebody. They took it to somebody. Now, I want to say this in the loudest possible all caps way, all right? We'll repeat it. It'll be reiterated. We are perfectly aware of who the Detroit Lions played yesterday. Yesterday, it's unlikely that it really signifies anything. You do stuff like that against better teams, it might signify something. But in reiteration, Gator, you know what Jacksonville's record is. I know what Jacksonville's record is. I am not thinking you've done anything specifically wonderful yet. But you don't see a lot of poundings in the NFL. Like, where you go out, you pretty much dominated the game. They started fast, they got a lead, which we're accustomed to, and they held the lead. And when Jacksonville threatened, the Lions put the pedal back down and buried them. And I mean, it's the kind of thing that a good team would do as an example of being a good team. In the Lions' case, it might might speak to. I mean, the Jags have 16. Think about this: 16 rookies on their roster. You know, you go into the draft and you get 7 draft picks. Obviously, some years you have more, some years you have less. Some of the best teams generally hoard draft picks, even mid to late round picks, and then make the most of them. But they have 16 rookies, so the Lions went out and did what they should do. They pounded it out.
Exactly. They need to be continuous in front of them. They're a better team than Jacksonville is. And I'm not going to go too crazy and too effusive in my praise, but there were some signs that you like to see. And when you play a team that you're better than, be better than. And they were. So I'll give them credit for that. And, you know, like I think everybody feels the same way. That's great, but, you know, do it against better competition. And Sunday provides better competition against Atlanta, even though Atlanta's nothing special either. I mean, they're better than their 1-5 record, whatever they are. They've had a couple of ridiculous losses that they should have won, so it's more of a 500 team you're facing. But, you know, I think I heard Tom say it before on that other show, where he said that basically what we're seeing is a 500 team. And it's exactly right. That's what this team is. They're a 500 team. They're nothing special. They go out and beat Jacksonville, and I liked how they beat Jacksonville. It was nice, okay? But the teams are playing upcoming. My God, it's a who's who of less than mediocrity coming up here, with the exception of maybe Indianapolis, who I don't even think is. I think Indianapolis has a good defense, and they're able to get by with that. Phil Rivers, you know, looked better yesterday, but he's still old man Rivers there. And you know, you mentioned it. You don't see thumpings all that often in the NFL. You do. You see a couple each week. I mean, raise your hand if you thought that Tampa was going to thump Green Bay after Green Bay got out to a 10-0 lead. Nobody thought that was going to happen. But things like that happen because of that stupid phrase, any given Sunday.
Yeah.
But as far as the Lions are concerned, don't just show me what you did yesterday. Do it on a consistent basis, because you got a whole stack of teams coming up. You should be able to do that against, or at least to be able to compete and win those games. The next 7 games are upcoming. I think they have to have 7 games before, not 7 games. Maybe it's 6 games before Thanksgiving. They can do some damage in that time, and people aren't going to like to hear that. 6 or 7 games, whatever it is. And even then, when they get to that point, you know, they're playing Houston on Thanksgiving. How good is Houston? I don't know. You know, there's so many of these teams you just don't know how good they are. And right now they're in that same group. The Lions are, I think they're 500 best, and that's not good enough. It's not good enough by Martha Ford's definition, and it's not good enough certainly by the fans' definition.
Well, you know, you got however many weeks till the Thanksgiving game. I think one of the things I'm looking at is there's 2 more weeks till the trade deadline. And in those 2 weeks, you know, the Lions are going to get offers, and the Lions are going to have to make a decision on what they want to do. There was a curious post on social media for one Lion that they have to decide about that we'll get to a little bit later on. But you know, that's the way I see it. Is in the next 2 weeks, it's really going to be important. They play one crappy team. 3 of the next 4 opponents are 1-5. Okay, so there could be some misleading data coming back towards us in the next 4 games, because we're gonna now when you start doing what you should do, like if you beat all those 1-5 teams, it's going to put them in a really weird place where, you know, let's say they lose to Indy but beat all the 1-5 teams, and they're I mean, what does that make them? That makes them 5-4, and yet their 4 wins have come over a bunch of teams that have combined for 4 wins themselves all year.
I think what you have to do is, and what we're going to have to do as fans and us in the media, is to evaluate each game on its own merits and on its own basis. Like against Atlanta, you can look at them and say they're 1-5 and they're bad. Atlanta's maybe a mediocre team, right? They've had some rough luck with 2 tough losses. But what Atlanta does have is a good offense. I think we can agree on that. Offensively, they're good. So if the Lions defense comes out and plays good defense against Atlanta, I'm going to give them an attaboy for it. okay? Because they would deserve it. You look at the other teams they got coming up. What do they get? Indianapolis, like you said. If the Lions are able to put up 30 points on Indianapolis, I give them an attaboy because Indianapolis is a good defense. The Redskins, the Washington football team, they should conceivably pound that team. But where do I want to see improvement? I want to see him protect the quarterback. Because Washington has a really good defensive line that can pressure the quarterback. These are the things I'm looking for in each upcoming game. Yeah, I think they should win those games, but it's how they play within those games that I'm going to be evaluating. I'm going to be looking closer at. It's not just the final score of the game, because, I think they should win the majority of these games upcoming, because I think they're probably a little bit better than these other teams. But can they win the facets of the game that matter?
All right, 248-539-9797. We've got a lot to get into out of this game, including somebody's emergence. And is he ready to take over? We'll get to that today at 10:20. Don't forget, you can get to us a variety of ways. Let's say you're out driving around and you want to continue to listen to the show. The radio.com app is a great way to do it. Download it and take the show anywhere with you on your mobile device with the radio.com app. You can stream the show through our website, 971theticket.com. You're going into the office and you're like, hey, I want to hear what the guys have to say about Michigan and Michigan State, because they're in game week, which we'll do a little bit later on this week. I want to know who the champ and chump of the weekend are. Well, you can just stream it through your work computer at 971theticket.com. And then you can watch the show on twitch.tv. There's quite the community of people that have started to congregate there on a daily basis and are always commenting on the streaming chat there. So, and we read some of those and get those on the air when we can. So, welcome everybody to the program, Champ and Chump. We do that every Monday. We single out a person who had a great weekend, called out somebody who had a weekend that stinks. I got mine. Gator's got his Champ and Chump. We'll have him at 10:35. We'll take yours as well. We tally them up and post on our website on Tuesday. Who you people select as the Champ and Chump of the weekend. So, stage is set. Let's talk. 248-539-9797. Hey, just like that, fall's here and the furnaces are on. Cooler weather means the return of dry, itchy skin. There is something you can do about that. Get a Kinetico system from CGC Water. Your skin and hair will feel better, and you'll feel better knowing you're using cleaner, safer, and purified water from CGC Water. This month, get a free Kinetico A200 reverse osmosis system when you purchase a Kinetico Premier Softener. Do what we did in the Karsh household and call CGC Water. My wife had them out. Met with them a couple times. They showed us what our city water looked like. Yeesh. Then clean it up for you. 855-339-4242. Kinetico system from CGC Water. Remove up to 99% of contaminants. If you're not filtering your water, your body's the filter. Call CGC right now at 855-339-4242 and ask them about this month's deal. Free Kinetico A200 reverse osmosis system when you purchase the Kinetico Premier Softener. Call 855-339-4242. That's 855-339-4242. Want clean water in your body, right? Visit cgcwater.com for details. Your local independent Kinetico deal.
24-month lease, 10,500 miles a year, no security deposit. Total due at signing, Escape $25.99, Fusion $21.75. Pricing for returning lessees trading a 1995 or newer vehicle. AZ plan pricing for returning lessees, including Ford Select inventory rebates, plus tax, title, license, and dock with approved financing through Ford Credit. Ends 11/2/2020. It's the model year-end sales event at Pat Milliken Ford, and that means your customers have an exceptional opportunity to save. Isn't that right, Brian Godfrey?
Absolutely. New 2021 vehicles are on their way, and that means big savings on 2020 models like Fusion and Escape.
Right now, lease a new 2020 Ford Escape SE Milliken Express price from $199 a month, or a new 2020 Fusion SE Milliken Express price from just $149 a month.
Looking to purchase online? We offer that too. With our Milliken Express program, you can choose your Ford, value your trade, and get financing all from the comfort of home. We'll even deliver your vehicle right to your door.
Start your experience online at PatMillikenFord.com or visit the dealership on Telegraph Road.
Pat Milliken Ford, over 16 years of the experience you deserve.
Hey, it's John Legend.
And Kelly Clarkson. We're so psyched the voice is back.
With Blake Shelton and the return of Gwen Stefani.
Hey, so since Blake won last year, maybe we should take him down, if you know what I mean.
Actually, I'm not sure I do.
Right. Wink twice if you think I mean what I think I mean.
Okay. I'm just gonna walk away slowly.
Wait, was that a blink or a wink?
Gwen Stefani returns on the all-new season of The Voice. Blind auditions begin tonight on NBC.
With so many new pet owners, Kezia's Grooming can't keep up.
Casey is grooming. I'm sorry. You booked solid through the weekend. I can give you a call back though if something opens up.
It's time to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. The moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Indeed delivers 2.5 times more hires than the other branded job sites combined, according to Breezy HR 2019. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first job post. Terms and conditions apply.
You like your burger medium well, your peanut butter crunchy, and your mattress firm. It's the little things that make you, you. And you deserve a Medicare plan that fits your unique needs. That's why United Healthcare is offering more plan options than ever, so you can find just the right plan for you. Call 1-800-362-8715. That's 1-800-362-8715 to get Medicare with more. Remember, Medicare annual enrollment ends December 7th.
This is time that matters. A window of time to help protect the ones you love. Your preteen benefits from staying up to date with their well visits. This is your window of protection. Schedule their well visit now. Brought to you by Merck.
Your opinion matters. Call the D Las Vegas 97.1 D Ticket Studio line at 248-539-9797. Book your stay at the D by visiting thed.com. The D Las Vegas, the home of Detroit sports in Vegas.
The names you trust. The teams you love.
The Lions, over 220 passing yards and a touchdown from Stafford. Florida born back in Florida with a victory. And what a day for DeAndre Swift. A 34-16 win. The Lions record now to 2-3.
That's what it sounded like yesterday on Fox as the Lions get their second win of the year. And yeah, the caveat being Jacksonville's awful and good for them. You know, the Lions certainly don't go out and pound people very often. So when they do, give them credit for that. But you hope that this isn't a win. You hope this isn't a win that serves to ruining their chance at player X, whoever player X you might want in the draft. Every time you win a game, I mean, the hope beyond hope that people in Detroit have never really experienced is it's the beginning of a turnaround. It's the beginning of starting to build on something. It never has been, and there's no real reason to believe that this will be that. But hey, you know, do it against some better teams, and then you might get some buy-in in Detroit. But what about DeAndre Swift before we get to your phone calls? Gator, is he taking over as RB1 in Detroit?
I think eventually, yeah. I think after the trade deadline, he will be.
Oh, you think they're going to move AP?
They should 100% move Adrian Peterson. I like Adrian Peterson a lot, and I think he's helped this team out in the interim with helping to develop somebody like DeAndre Swift and Kerryon Johnson and show him work ethic and all this, and they can learn tricks of the trade from him. But if the Lions don't trade someone who's actually been an asset to this team, who's done at the end of the season, I mean, what are you doing? It's the same thing as with the Tigers. When the Tigers sign free agents, one-year deals, and you look to the trade deadline, you hope that they're an asset at that point so that you can get something in return. Same thing with the Lions. It's no different. I would hope that they're able to find a taker for Adrian Peterson and get like a 5th-round pick.
Hello. Oak Park. Oak Park near Royal Oak. Cover. Oh, I just came from there. Just finished all the jobs down there. This is my last one, so I would imagine she's going to give me an auto list, so I'll probably be heading back down there. Okay. All right.